Hello, happy Boxing Day. It is December the 26th. I cannot believe Christmas Day is already over. After all the run-up and all the preparation, it's over, and we had a lovely, lovely time over Christmas. It was very quiet. It was just the four of us. We just follow the same plan every year, and yeah, we just had a lovely day. Got lots of lovely gifts, had lots of lovely time together, good food, too much food, and yeah, just a lovely time. And I hope that all of you have had a very nice Christmas as well. Hopefully there's a little bit of footage. I didn't take much footage yesterday. I didn't really want to encroach on the day too much with the camera, but there's a little bit from the last couple of days. It is already late afternoon here. We have had a very lazy Boxing Day. Boxing Day is a very lazy day in our house. Everyone's still in their pajamas, and we have just time watching movies, looking through our gifts, sitting chatting, and we have, for me, the best meal of Christmas. All the other things are lovely, but there's nothing quite like that leftovers sandwich at lunchtime on Boxing Day. That's the thing I look forward to most. It's stacked so high that you need to get hinges on your jaws to get round it. And this year did not disappoint. It was absolutely lovely. So that's kind of been today. I have finished my cozy knitter socks. I got those finished today. I'll insert a photograph here of that. Now they're not blocked, but I don't really care. I just want them on my feet. So they're going straight on. There's no blocking of these socks. And I really, really enjoyed knitting those. They're just a fun knit for Christmas, and I'm glad I got them finished. The socks that I'd taken over before Christmas, Peter's socks, went down very well. He liked them and he loved his hat. I'm pleased to say he didn't realise I had knit the hat for a little while, so I take that as a big compliment. So he's delighted with that. So the knits went well, and I'm glad now today I've had time to finish one of my own Christmas pairs of socks. The other ones they'll happen if they get finished between now and New Year. Brilliant, the West Yorkshire Spinners ones, but I'll have them for next year. And I had my Christmas Eve cast on. I cast on the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas socks, and I did a little bit on Christmas Eve, but then set those aside again just to finish my cozy knitter ones. So I can get back to those now over the next few days. But I thought I would show you the yarny gifts that I got. I got a few that I am really, really pleased with. They will keep me busy for a while to come. My friend Holly sent me this book, and I was over the moon because I've looked at this book many, many times. It's a Kate Davies book, and the patterns in it are just stunning. I've already marked out a couple of the sweaters that I'd like to knit. So I'm really, really pleased with this, and this set of minis from Lichen and Lace. And Holly, being a good New Brunswick lady, sent me New Brunswick yarn, because I think Lichen and Lace are based in New Brunswick. So those are beautiful. Some minis. Who knows what for yet? So I got those, and then the family got me yarny gifts. Just a little array. I got this beautiful sock set from a homespun house. The colours are Wild Oat and Barbie, Comfort and Whale Belly. So I think this is the Wild Oat, and I would assume this is the Barbie. Then the other two are Comfort and Whale Belly, and it's a merino nylon 75-25 mix, so those will make beautiful socks. So that was one. Will I ever get all these socks knit? I got this beautiful yarn from the Weird Sisters, and I love the Court of Thorns and Roses book series, and this is based on it. This one's called Starfall. Again, it's merino nylon, and that green, that's actually coming on quite well for having such bad lighting. So I might keep this and knit these in March for all the obvious reasons. But I really, really love that colour. And it came with, please excuse the crinkling, with some stitch markers based on the Court of Thorns and Roses books. To the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered. So that little set came, and from Weird Sisters they also got me a little sock bag with Dobby, free Dobby knit socks. So how appropriate is that for me? And it came with a little notions pouch and more stitch markers of Dobby and Harry Potter Dobby based stitch markers. So that was a really nice set to get. There will have to be a pair of socks put into that. And again, Harry Potter based, they got me a gift box or a gift set yarn kit from Dragon Hoard Yarn that was based on Molly Weasley. She's one of my favourite characters in the Harry Potter series. And they got me this. It's called Molly Wobbles. And it's browns and kind of that russet through it. Another 75-25 merino nylon superwash. So that would be gorgeous. That actually would be a really nice hat if that was held with mohair. I could see that being a hat. And in the pack came a lip balm, which could go into my knitting bag, and some pumpkin stitch markers, and a bath bomb, and some soap. So that all came in the kit. Ginger fizz, and I think it's all handmade in the area that Dragon Hoard Yarn is based in. And I like Dragon Hoard yarn. I have a cowl that I knit a few years ago with her Narnia collection. So I'm looking forward to using this. And as I say, I can just see that being a hat. So that was that. And then I got a lovely little pair of snips. Kohana, like a creamy gold. And again, hopefully you'll see this through the plastic, but some stitch markers, and they're hairs. I think they're all hairs. Yeah, different hairs. So I did very well, and to house it all, I got one of these. I have another little round basket, but they got me this style this time, and it will keep all my lovely little projects in. I think they got this from Etsy. If I can find out the shop from, probably the shopper was Amy, so I can find out and I can link it below. But they bought me this so I can keep all my lovely yarns in it, and maybe just keep my sock project in this. So I did very well. I was very spoiled, and I'm very thankful for all the crafty gifts that I got. Did you get any crafty gifts? Did you perchance get any wool? I'd love to hear what you got for Christmas. Wool is always very welcomed in this house, so they know me well. But I shall sign off for now and go and continue to enjoy Boxing Day and the relaxing. And I'll check in with you again tomorrow. 27th. And I thought I would drop in. I haven't done an early morning drop in now in a few days. I am sitting here in the quiet. I'm watching vlogs. I'm catching up on the December the 25th Vlogmas episodes. Oh, it keeps getting very dark. I've just the Christmas tree lights on, enjoying them for the last day or two because I'll be down the next day or two, I hope. Get my house back to normal. But the house, I love these few days after Christmas when everything's still very quiet. Everybody sleeps in, so I have the house to myself for hours in the morning. It's lovely. The cat is sleeping on my knee. I have the required coffee. My knitting is beside me and I'm still knitting Christmas socks. Nothing has changed there. But yeah, it's just really nice, relaxing and enjoying these few days of quiet. Today, I have no big plans. I think I'm going to tackle the craft room a little bit and tidy it up because things got kind of set in there over Christmas. The house is upside down, to be perfectly honest. But it'll get there, it'll get done. As you will have seen yesterday, one of my presents from the family, and it's probably a controversial present in that a lot of people don't like getting household appliances for Christmas. But I do. And I have wanted a stick vacuum cleaner for a long time. I love my Henry Hoover, but Henry is extremely heavy. And I always complain when I'm using him because he's heavy to lift up and down the stairs. And I've wanted a stick vacuum cleaner for a long time. And I got one and I'm so excited. So today, vacuuming the craft room and anywhere else that needs done will feel like playtime because I've got my new toy. But that's really all I want to do today is kind of tidy up my craft space so that I can use it over the next few days. I got my journal for Christmas that I had hoped to get and I want to start thinking about setting it up. But I do need the space to do that in. So just a really quiet, slow day. You're getting the straggly out of the shower look, but I've got sat down to play with my planners and get them set up, and I just thought I would show you what I have, what I'm going to work with this year. I talked a little bit about it in some of the previous Vlogmas episodes, but I hadn't really got into too much detail because I didn't have my planner to show you. My desk's a mess. But the planner I had used last year was the Hobonichi Cousin. Now, as you can see, it's quite well used. There are blank spaces within the last month. I wasn't as good within the last month, 6 weeks. But it is definitely my planner of choice. And I'm really looking forward to using it again this year. I've slipped it out of my cover. If I can find the Etsy shop that I got this in, I'll put it in. But it's great. It fitted the A5 Hobonichi Cousin really well. And I love how the leather's starting to wear. The light in here's really quite glary. It's starting to wear and I like the look of that. So I have my new Hobonichi to work with this year. I'm going to decorate the front of it this year, I think, and then start to set up the different pages. I had mentioned in the last one, the reason I like this is because it's divided into 3 sections. The first section are the monthly layouts, and this is probably the section I use least or use less well. But there are the monthly pages. The middle section are the weekly pages, and I find these very good. I use these a lot. trying to check that there's nothing that shouldn't be seen, but so I would use this for putting in routines, my morning routine. This year I really want to focus on getting physical health back into shape. I haven't really exercised properly in the last year and a half, 2 years, for various reasons, and I really do need to get that sorted because it also helps my mental health. So I want to start putting in my exercise for each day. The other thing is yoga. I used to practice yoga quite regularly. I had got into a good habit. That has slipped. I follow the Yoga with Adrian channel, and January is great because she does a 30-day program in January that just gets you reset for the year and just builds the habit again. So I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be featured into each morning for the morning routine, and then just daily practice and daily events. And I'm going to put in my meals for the week. I'm definitely getting back into menu planning. I do have a planner where I have written out the month of meals. I'm going to go and review that again and add to that because I'd fallen by the wayside with that. And then I just slot them in each week, what I know I'm going to have to get, what I'm going to cook for. It's always flexible, you can shift days, but that will be marked in here. And just any other general appointments, and I'll let you see a layout when I have that done, but that's what goes into this section for me. The last section is probably my most important section, and it's the daily pages. So you have a full page for each day, and this is my journaling page, and I'm just going to kind of do a quick glance here, but it's a full page of journaling where I literally dump everything that's in my head for the day. It's good and bad, it's everything. I found it so useful last year. Last year was a particularly tough year emotionally. There was a lot going on here, and this was a place where I could put all that. So this is probably the most important part of my planner, and I will really, really, really want to get back into using that again. I had been so good about using it until, as I say, about the last 6 weeks, probably when I really could have done with it. But you know what it's like, sometimes you know something's good for you, so it's the thing you avoid. Even though you know it actually would be helpful to take the time and do it. So I don't do resolutions because I'm not very good at keeping resolutions, but my aim, my goal for this year is to keep at least the journal section of this up to date. I would like my weeklies to be up to date, but certainly my daily pages up to date. And I'll decorate this with, I have stickers and washi tape, and I'll let you see some of those later. I just have things collected. I have a Cricut maker that I got when I worked at Hobbycraft, and I print off stickers and pictures and stick them in and colour them in, and just generally have fun putting these together. I think I said in the last video when I was talking about this that I'm not in any way artistic. I can't draw to save my life. Art was the subject I failed every year at school, in the time when art was all about drawing and painting and nothing to do with creativity. other forms of creativity, I should say. So I was rubbish at drawing and painting. And so this is stickers. I live with stickers and stencils and things that I can draw around. But that's what will fill this, and I'm really looking forward to getting this set up over the next few days. Someone asked the last time, because I mentioned having a mini printer, and someone had asked, and I hadn't answered them because I was planning to do it here. what mini printer I use for the little tiny sticky photos, and it's this one. It's a Kodak Step. I had bought this 3 or 4 years ago for Amy actually. She was keeping a planner at one point, but she wasn't using it, so I've nabbed it back. So it's a Kodak Step. I don't know if it's still available. I got it from Amazon, so if you put in Kodak Step, you might see it. But any of those little printers are really handy. It just needs charged up every so often. It comes with so many papers. This is kind of the expensive bit of it. I don't have any papers actually. I don't have any more, but it comes with little sticky print papers that you put into the back of it, and it prints out the pictures from your phone. There's an app on my phone and it'll print out the pictures. It's probably the most expensive part, is buying the photo print paper. So I use it carefully. I don't print everything. But it is a really handy wee gadget to have occasionally if I've been somewhere that I want to remember and stick it in my journal. That's what I do. I'm just trying to think. It almost has the quality of the old, what did you call them? Polaroids. I'm trying to find a photograph that I have. There was one. I had been down at what I consider my happy place in Island McGee, and I was knitting and just really enjoying there. So I'd taken a photograph. That was a place that brought me a lot of joy and therapy. The sea's my happy place. So it's things like that. Maybe if I've been out for a day with one of the kids and want to remember it, we take a picture, a selfie, and I'll stick that in. So, but it's I am picky about what I print because of the price of the refills, but it is handy. And there are lots of different brands on the market. This is just the one we happen to have. That's my planner, my main planner. And I think I had said when I had talked about it before that everything's in the one place. This year I'm breaking out a little bit. I used to keep, and I have a few notebooks filled with my knitting projects. I'm very, very bad at keeping up with Ravelry. If you're looking for the things that I have created, just come and ask me, because I'm not very good at keeping my Ravelry pages up. But I used to keep notebooks with a little swatch of or a little piece of the yarn that I'd used, the name of the project, what I had knit, etc, etc. And I haven't done that in a while. But Sandy by the Lakeside had sent me this lovely little notebook that is a project book. And I think this year I'm going to try and keep this again, just putting in the projects that I do from now. I'll probably start with my Christmas Eve cast on this year, which was the night before Christmas socks. I'm working on a test knit for Emma, Woolly Mammoth Fibre Company, and those will be the first 2 projects that go into this. But I'm going to try and get back into that, because it's lovely to look back on the projects that I've done. So that'll be another journal that I'll be keeping, but that'll just be from time to time, so it doesn't feel like any pressure. The other one that I want to get back into the habit of doing, and I used to do this religiously. I used to keep a gratitude journal every day. I did it for years and years and years, and again that has slipped. But I would like to get back into that, and where this has every thought dumped into it, good and bad, I want my gratitude journal to be the things that I am grateful for. Recently, I read the autobiography of the actor Richard E. Grant, and it was one of the most moving things I have ever read. And I follow him now on Instagram, and he is a really inspirational man. He lost his wife last year, I think it was. They'd been married for 38 years, were devoted to each other, and he put together his diaries of from over the years of his life with her and in their final year together, which is quite emotional. But when she was dying, she said to him that every day he was to look for a pocket full of happiness. Look for something in the day that you can be thankful for. And that really struck home with me, because it has been a tough enough emotional year here. But every day, even in those tough days, there's always one thing that you can be thankful for. Sometimes, as I've told my kids, it can be just that you've woken up in the morning. It could be you're thankful for the cup of coffee that sustained you, but there's always something to be happy or thankful for. And I want to get back into that practice, that although I have my place to put down all my worries, all my other things, that there can be happiness in there too, but my worries can go into that. I want a place that is dedicated for my pocket full of happiness, and this is going to be my pocket full of happiness notebook. I think that's going to be the title of it. I'm going to decorate this one again. I think the first page will have a pocket full of happiness written on it, and then every day, as far as I can, it'll not be filling every page, but I'm going to decorate it. I'm going to put my stickers in it. I'm going to do happy things in it and write one thing every day that I am thankful for. There are many, many things in my life that I am thankful for, even in the tough days. And I need to remember those. So this is my pocket full of happiness book. So those are my planners for this year. And over the next few days, I am going to get out all my stickers and just play like a child with my stickers and my books. Amy was clearing out her room, and as I said, she's no longer journaling, and she gave me things that she had, so those will be able to be incorporated, and just have a lot of fun over the next few days. It's Thursday, the 29th of December, and I thought I would just drop in for a few minutes and say hello. We're midway through that last week of December, that really weird week. But I do have something really exciting to show you. I finished my socks, my West Yorkshire Spinners gingerbread socks. They are literally just finished. I pulled them onto the blockers to let you see. So I'm really pleased, because I wasn't sure if I would have them finished by the end of the year. But this is all I've worked on since Christmas Day. I set aside my Christmas Eve cast on and my shawl just to get these finished. So I'm really pleased I got all my Christmas socks done, even if it's a few days late. I'll get these blocked just to give them a nicer shape, and then fold them up and put them away for next Christmas. But I'm really thrilled I've got them done. I am standing in the midst of chaos. There are still, the Christmas tree's still up in the corner, but the house is just upside down. I'm dismantling Christmas, basically. I'm at that stage of the holiday where it's kind of, I want my house back in order. And the decorations have been up a very long time in this house, so it's time for them to come down. So there's piles of stuff everywhere. I've literally, our conservatory at the back of the house doesn't really get used in the winter because it's cool. So I have literally moved everything in there, and then I'll bring boxes down and pack it up from there. But I'm just trying to clear all the space. But it's always worse before it gets better. But it's nice to see surfaces again. Hopefully them needing cleaned. At least I can see them again. And yeah, working on things like that today. I have to bring James to a hospital appointment this afternoon. And with the exception of that, and I was out for an hour yesterday with Amy. We went to the shopping centre. She had a new baby gift to buy. And the shopping centre was mad, crazy. I was so pleased to get home. That's the only things we have done outside the house since just before Christmas. And it's been lovely. It's just been a quiet time of rest and relaxation, which is how it should be. I have a few things I want to get done once I clear away the decorations. I want to sit and think a wee bit about next year and next year's knitting, but I will talk to you about that in a little while. It's the last day of 2022. It's New Year's Eve. We are looking forward now to 2023, but I wanted to finish off this year's Vlogmas series with just a quick chat. I haven't actually filmed that much this week, to be honest. You've seen some of the planning that I've been doing. I've been tidying up, trying to get my house back in order. It's all tidied away. Everything's back in the roof space again. The house needs a good deep clean, but it just feels so much airier already, and it's a nice way to start in the new year. But I wanted to just sit down with you anyway and thank you so much for your support and for just your company through the month of December. It has been lovely being back here podcasting and recording again, and your words of encouragement have meant the world to me over the last year, but particularly in the last month or so when I've come back. I've really appreciated the fact that you have been here with me. I had planned to talk to you in this particular video about my knitting plans, but I realised that the video was getting quite long, and I would rather talk about that in my first episode of 2023, which will actually hopefully be up in the next day or two. It should be within the first week of January. And just talk about my plans and what I'm knitting on and what I'm working on, and the CAL that I'm starting and the make along as well that I'm starting. So watch out for that. That'll be in this first week of January. But for now, thank you so much, as I said, for your support this year, and I really hope that you have a very peaceful and happy end to 2022. It has been a challenging year. You will have seen that my word for the year is restore, and there's a lot of restoration to do in 2023. So all I can do is wish you a very happy and a very healthy 2023, and I'll see you next year.